Hi everybody, and today we're having a look at an issue on my Thetford toilet in my GT65 Rimini. As you can see, pressing the button doesn't do anything. It doesn't flush, no water's coming out, nothing's happening. So it looks like there's an issue with a motor. I had a look on the internet. There's some details about the motor, which is actually inside the system, which is this top piece here, underneath the silver part with the blue button. So you need to remove the silver part, which is actually stuck on. It's very thin, so you want to be careful. You can see I'm using a sort of plastic tool here, something I had to hand, just because I didn't want to scratch anything or make any marks or anything on the plastic. And this part here, which is where the buttons are, just pops off, and you can see the wires underneath. Be careful you don't pull those about too much or break any of the wires. And I was led to believe that this is quite a common issue, and what happens is when the motor's been sitting around for a little while, in my case over the winter, it gets a bit gummed up with the stuff you put in the tank and stops spinning, and therefore it won't flush. So there's a couple of screws you need to take out, which you can see I'm doing here. We'll have a close up in a minute of those so you can see those a bit better. But straightforward, couple of screws, crosshead screws, take those out. I'm just going to reposition the camera so you can see a bit better. You can see the holes where the two screws come from. And the blue and blacky colour wire are the ones that go down to the motor, and the others to do with the switch. So we need to pull this out, this piece here, this plastic piece, and that will just pull straight up. It's a little bit stuck because it's got a seal on it, but it will just pull up. You see I gently pull on the wires. Maybe that's not the best way to do it, but it's the only way you can grip it. It comes up quite easy, and then you've got these two tubes which you'll see in a moment. They're very dirty, which is a bit worrying, but it is flush for a toilet, I suppose. Two tubes, and there's the motor, the blue thing on the end of it. Sorry about the quality, the light wasn't very brilliant, but there you can see the motor, and there's the little impeller, the thing that spins around on the end that actually does the work and pushes the water into the toilet. And in my case, no matter what I do with the button, press the button, nothing happens. A lot of people will be saying at this moment, oh, you should have turned it all off, it's all dangerous. Well, it's not dangerous. I'm an electronics engineer by trade, and there's nothing dangerous. This is 12 volts, so you're not going to get a shock or anything like that. Obviously, anything to do with the mains, turn it all off. You would never dream of doing anything like this if it was mains, but this is 12 volts. And now you see me pressing the button again there, nothing happening, nothing spinning or anything. So as I say, it's just gummed up with some of the pink stuff that I put in the tank, in the flush tank, and it's sort of dried and set hard. So I'm now going to get a small screwdriver and gently work the impeller to see if I can shift it, and you'll see it's very, very stiff. It doesn't actually want to move at all. It's I wouldn't say it's set like concrete, but it's very stiff and it doesn't move at all. And then a little bit of gentle persuasion. You're not trying to break anything. I mean, obviously if you can't get the thing to move, you're going to have to get another pump, but in my case it does actually start to move, and you can see there it's starting to spin, and then it gets freer and freer and freer and freer until it becomes completely loose, which is lovely. And a quick press of the button and it spins. There we go, all spinning, all lovely. And again, I'm sure people are saying, don't run it when it's dry, it'll break it. Yeah, I'm sure it will if you kept doing it for hours on end, but just to test it's not going to be a problem. So you can see it spinning lovely. So that's a saving straight away. I'm sure if Caravan had to take it to a Caravan place, they'd charge you a fortune. Anyway, simple matter of putting it back together. Just really reverse what you've done. Do up the two screws. And then place the plastic switch part back on the top, which is just clicks in. Make sure you get it the right way around, of course, and it just clicks in place. And now you need to put the Oh, quick test again, make sure it's all working, which it is, and then put the silver part on the top, which is where the little press button part is. It's only a piece of plastic, but just finishes the job off. It wasn't very sticky actually when I put it back on, so don't know, maybe you find if it's a bit older you might need to maybe put a little bit of glue or something to hold it in place, which is fine as long as you don't put it anywhere near the blue button. You don't want to stick that down because nothing will ever work. And there you are. Hopefully that will get you out of a pickle, save you some money, and enjoy your caravanning.